Hi, Sharon Danley here with another 2-minute tip for eyebrows. I'm going to show you a little bit more in depth what I do, the fast and easy way to get a brow that suits you at this stage. And here is all that I use for my eyebrows. See this gray? It's kind of a medium gray. I hope it shows up okay, but it's a light to medium gray, or sometimes even some people might consider this a darker gray. The other thing is this particular pencil is an Annabelle Pebble pencil, and you can get that in Canada, but I believe that in the States, Ulta and Sally's, there are some other products, pencils that are just as good, and also Anastasia, I believe, sells one that is really easy to deal with, gives great color and works very well. The other thing is this tiny little brush that I use currently. This is the way I like to put my eyebrows on, and of course a fine little flat-edged angled brush. Okay, let's get started. As you can see, my brows are thin, fine. They used to be thicker when I was younger. We've all got that. I did have my eyebrows tattooed later on, and I still have a little bit left, and it's turned it to a taupe color. So that works out really well for me because it helps to give me a guide each time rather than trying to figure it out each time. But again, they're rather thin, and I think that as we age, when our brows get thinner, it makes us look a little bit older. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I like a little bit of a thicker brow. Just gives a little bit more of a fresh, youthful, strong look. So I'm going to take that gray eyeshadow with this brush here, and I just dip it in just a couple of times, and don't go around like this, but just dip it in. And then what I do, let me see, make sure you can see. I just add color in the areas that are missing, and I go over here a little bit. So that gives me a little bit of depth. Then I take the flat-edged angled brush and I kind of go across the top and fix any lines, whoops, and underneath I draw a line straight across, as I have said in my other video on eyes, right straight across to the arch and then just down. Then what I do is go back in and fill up or move that straight line with the brush, the angled brush, and I just kind of mix and fix and move everything together. Then you can see the difference already. Then I take the pencil. Pencil mixed with powder will last a lot longer. So then I go over in hair-like strokes with the pencil, any places that I feel that need it. And there. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to take what some people call a spooly. It's really what it is. It's like a mascara wand, and I'm going to take that and just kind of go over it to take away any heaviness, and especially at the front end. I lighten the front end up just a little bit more than the back end. Then stand back, and that seems to work fine for me. Now I'm going to take my dual finish powder foundation that I am such a huge fan of, and I'm just going to go underneath and over top, just to help give more of a defined line. So there you have the difference without and with. It just gets a little bit more weight and volume in an architecturally sound way. Okay, let me do the other brow. And I'm going to take that same pencil, not pencil, but the brush, and just a couple of dabs into the eyeshadow. Again, filling it in the spots where it's very light at the front. Just fill it where I think I need it. Then I take the flat-edged angled brush and go across to give that defined line underneath. And if there's any place else on top, and then on this one, I like to go around the arch a little bit, because my brows aren't the same. Like, I'm not the only one, I know. We all have differences in our brows, and so we have to adjust them accordingly. Then, pencil, just to mix the powder and wax from the pencil together to give it staying power. Then the little spoolie to take out any weight, blend in, and take it out at the front and make sure that those lines aren't too strong or too noticeable. You don't want the lines noticeable. Then taking the dual finish powder and just going over the top and the bottom, and voila. Before and after, you can see the difference. They're not really strong, but they're strong enough. If I was going out, I needed it to have a little bit more vibrancy or a little bit more of the va-va-va-voom factor, then I could make them stronger, draw it out a little bit more, but then I would also add more eye makeup to go with it. Hope that helps. See you next time.